All right, this happens to be my absolutely favorite lure. Favorite lure for stock trout. This is 1/6 ounce Thomas Colorado spoon, which is silver and gold. It's got a little scale on it. They make some bigger ones. The hooks are just absolutely perfect. So they're pretty sharp, but they bend when you get into rocks and you need to like get out. I'm using a Daiwa Shock medium light rod, 6 foot. It's actually really flexible. It's probably more of a light than a medium light, but this is my setup, and I'm using 8-pound test because I was doing something else with this reel. And what you want to do is you want to just cast it out there and rip it downstream. So we're fishing for stock trout, leftover stock trout. I don't think New Hampshire's gone out and stocked anything yet. And I like using these little 6-foot rods. You don't get snagged into trees as much. And what I like fishing in, so I got a little swivel on there. It helps. I think it helps with line twist. This is like a cheap swivel. I try to fish with a little bit better ones because they do spin a little bit better, or barrel swivels as they call them. So so most smart trout won't be out in this big open stuff, but we're gonna try anyways. I don't know if there's any big pools down here, and these fish have been obviously not stocked this year, but stocked last year. So I'm looking for holdover stockies, which is hard sometimes because pretty much everybody I know in New Hampshire catch their limit, they go home and eat them. And then if there's any sort of otters or anything in the area, they gone. So you're gonna want to fish any of these deep pools. Wear some polarized glasses. These are Rios Coopers, which they're actually freaking sweet. They actually look nice. And what I normally try to do is cast it upstream and let it tumble on the rocks on the way down. That seems to get them really fired up. You'll at least get a flash from a fish, and then you'll know it's there, and then you can cast back in there. And I've caught some pretty big brown trout on a specific lure here. The one stick. Remember when I said like any other lure that wouldn't be good, but they make their hooks just flexible enough to do that. So what I would normally do is grab my pliers and bend that back, but I just stick it underneath there. Bend the hook back out, back straight again. Keep on fishing. So I just think I don't know if they do that on purpose or not, but it really works well, especially when you're fishing downstream. You get stuck in a lot of stuff, a lot of sticks and rocks. I'll leave the link for this lure below. Walmart has them, and lots of other shops have. They usually sell out. I've had a hard time finding them sometimes. And you want to have that spoon tumbling down the rocks just faster than the current. If it's going the same speed as the current, you won't hook up, or you won't be able to feel the hook up. You can also send it out and let it swing. If you guys that don't fly fish know what that means, it's basically send it across and let it swing into the same lane as your tip of your rod. That could have been a bite. Maybe. And a lot of other people use like meps and rooster tails. Like I said, this is my favorite lure right there. There we go. Got some sun out. And the problem with fishing this cold is this line does not like to be cold at all. So, well, I didn't catch anything. I didn't expect to. The water's still like super cold. They haven't stocked anything in New Hampshire yet. We're still going on with this nationwide thing that I won't mention again. But basically, Colorado spoon is my favorite. Meps is probably second, but I basically just fish with that Colorado spoon and catch lots of trout when I'm, when they actually stock the trout. The other thing I'm gonna do this year is probably drift eggs on some tiny hooks and see how that does. So once they start stocking, I'll be out showing you guys the tips and tricks for catching stock trout. So make sure you guys subscribe and keep watching.